wouldn't necessarily say I was surprised, man. But when he pulled me to the side, he just told me keep doing what I'm doing, and he happy for me for the season that I had. And he also spoke about special teams and my willing to play special teams. I told him, of course.
Do you believe you're the best receiver in the draft?
For sure.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I would say Sue, Donald Sue, and a little bit of Fletcher top.
What do teams like? When you're meeting with them, what do they want to know? It's about you, about your game. Like, what are those conversations been like this week?
It's about my game and how much I love the sport.
Who are some of your role models growing up?
My mom. My mom is my biggest role model.
They were kind of like the mentors in Texas that have kind of helped you along the way.
Yeah, but my mom plays a big part of that also.
Who's the best player you faced this year?
This year, I really wouldn't say person, but I say the best group was Wyoming. Everybody get confused by Wyoming, but I give it to them. They was decent working together.
That's great.
That's what you like about it.
They just work together. You can't beat all. It's hard to beat all line. They work together.
And when I'm watching Texas next year in the SEC, who's a total dog that's going to be in your position next year? Just a great player.
And all of them. You got Alfred Collins. You got Alfred Collins. You got Vernon Bryden. You got Sadir Mitchell going to be there. Jeray Bledsoe. You have who else is there? They just got some guy from Arizona. Hopefully, they can get him to that Texas culture and get him going. So it's gonna be a great season for him.
I was talking with the Eagles. How would you like to play for a defensive line like that?
Say that again.
The Philadelphia Eagles. How would you like to play for a defensive line like that?
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, they stacked, so I don't really too much think they're looking for no D linemen.
Oh, they're looking for him.
They pretty stacked up front.
It's kind of like a conversation with the teams this week when we talked to them. I'm sure they got some questions for you. Conversations about translating, how many downs you can play, stuff like that. What are the conversations about?
The conversation is really just mainly about like, do I really love the sport and my passion, how much I love the sport.
How do you show a team that you do? I mean, do you feel like you have to prove that you do, or do you just?
I gotta prove every day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really know. I was a three-star recruit coming out of high school, so I gotta prove myself every day. Just because I won an Outlet Trophy, Big Ten, you know what I mean? I'm still here. I'm still here competing. So I got to prove something.
How have the practices been for the first couple of days? What have you thought about it?
It's great, man. I respect every guy here. It's an honor to get to go against the best of the best. So I give all honor to those guys.
Is it how useful is it to be able to kind of just continue to rep against a bunch of different guys throughout the course of practice?
Like I say, it's an honor going against the best of the best. Me personally, I love the ball. I love ball. So I just go out there and compete and just be the best I can be.
When people talk about, he may be a 1 or 2 down guy, pass rush questions about your game, what do you kind of think about that? Is that maybe just a turn on the tape situation for him?
Yeah. Y'all seen me this year, so I can do it all.
Who's been your favorite matchup to go up against so far in Mobile?
Here?
Yeah.
Man, all of them. Really, like I said, just the best of the best. So everybody is the same because he's good, he's good, he's good. You know what I'm saying? So it's no break here. It's like a full game here. So it's an honor.
People a little bit too worried about the weight. We hear so much about weight. You play no matter what the weight is, right?
100%. I feel like I proved myself this year. I played at 360, 365 this whole year, so it's an honor.
You had a chance to talk with the Texans while you're here?
I think so. I'm not sure. I can talk to everybody.
Quick question, man. Yesterday you had a great day, but today it felt like something just switched. You were out there just kind of monstering people. Was there something that happened, or did you just get more comfortable?
Just like maybe if you stop playing at the beginning of this month, take some time I'm not playing ball, you know what I'm saying? Then you go right back into it, you're going to be a little rushed, you know what I'm saying? So just getting better at my craft every day, so that's really it. I just got better the next day.
Yeah, you look really, really good.
Yes, sir.
What did Bo Davis mean to that defensive line room?
He means everything, man. I give all kudos to that guy. Without that guy, I probably won't even be winning no trophy, or without the D-line, I probably won't be winning no trophy. So it's an honor and a blessing.
There's going to be a group of you guys coming from Texas. I know Byron opted out, a lot of injuries and stuff like that might have happened. It's not just you and Christian. What does that mean for you guys to be here?
It means a lot. We came here to compete with the best of the best. So Christian is a great tackle. He gonna be still off the board 100%. So, like I said, just a blessing. We get to be here to compete with the best of the best.
When you were going through the whole season this year and last year, was there any offensive lineman that maybe gave it to you the best, or were the most difficult to
I
get
won't
past?
say nobody gave me nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's in the most humble and confident way I could ever say that. But I would just say I give kudos to Wyoming. I feel like that was the best O-line we didn't play.
I got you. What do you allude the culture to right now in Texas?
Say that again?
What do you allude the culture to right now in Texas?
The culture in Texas?
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. All I can really just say is Texas is back, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Texas in the SEC, man. We gonna run that shit."
Last one. What does
Like that.
Sadir Mitchell look like coming into next year? And is there anybody else in that defensive line that you're kind of hoping for to kind of take that next step
I
up?
hope all of them take the next step up. You got Alfred, you got Vernon, you got Sadir Mitchell. Everybody don't know who Jeray Bledsoe is. I promise you, you're gonna know him soon. So,
appreciate it, man.
yes,
Best of
sir.
luck.
Are there any players in the NFL, any offensive linemen you like to go against next year that you can't wait to go against?
I really don't know O-line, man. I really don't know many people in the NFL. I'm really stating myself, when I'm away from football, I don't really try to watch too much of the NFL. So,
No football teams, favorite teams growing up?
no, sir. I was a Drew Brees fan. Though.
There you go.
So I would say the Saints.
And so that particular package showed immense success. But anyway,
What's crazy is when we went up against USC, majority of the game we had all 4 DNs in, and we held them to what 0.3 yards a rush.
Completely
in the rushing game. So I mean, it's great to talk about. It's so fun to talk about. I'm glad you asked about that.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, I appreciate your time.
No,
Take
for
care.
sure. I appreciate you too.
Best
Take
of
care.
luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So here in the senior role, you're surrounded by NFL coaches. You're getting a whole bunch of tips from guys who coach some of the best players in the league. What are some tips and tricks you've learned from these NFL coaches so far in your short time here?
Really just make sure I keep my hips squared to the or facing the lineman, staying on that track, getting to the QB, keeping it consistent in every rush I have, and
What's the number one thing you're looking to prove to these NFL coaches as you're trying to raise your draft stock with these guys?
Yeah, really just putting a stamp on that. I'm the best edge rusher coming out of this class. I mean, obviously I can work on so many things in my game, and really just proving that, and that I'm not afraid of the run, as people might say. I mean, I had the most TFLs coming out of college this year, and really just making sure that I set the edge when I can to get extension through my arm and show that I'm strong up top.
Have you had people criticizing your run defense? Is that something you expect?
I mean, I heard that a lot this season. Yeah, of course. I heard that a lot this season. My coach is mentioning that, trying to give me a boost or something like that before games. But, it's never been a problem of mine. I've never been afraid of it at all. I mean, I feel like the TFLs I had this season speaks a lot about that. And my game speaks a lot about that because I play a game with such passion and love for it because, at a point I wasn't able to play. And, but definitely just proving that, yeah.
Gotcha. Were there any matchups in terms of this week that you were looking forward to that you particularly enjoyed?
Definitely Taliesin, Jordan Morgan. I mean, going up against guys like that, Satoru from Utah, definitely going up against guys like that I played in the season and kind of know a little bit about was really exciting.
Yeah, I asked Taliesin the same question, and he said your name. Do you guys have a history? Do you guys go back?
We kind of just met each other at this thing, and really battling with each other against that game. It was a hard-fought game, and just getting to know each other here. I mean, both Polynesian, we understand the culture and stuff like that, and really just click with each other, and we give each other the respect that we both deserve. So,
What would be your scouting report on him? He's just a huge, hulking guy.
Yeah, I mean, the way, as much as I think he weighs like over 330, and I feel like he can carry his weight well. I mean, with the way he moves his legs is really efficient. I feel like he can change directions. For as big as he is, and he uses his hands consistently and violently, and he's definitely strong up top. He has a strong punch, strong strike. His arms are long. And, I mean, that's a lot of things I would say about him.
How helpful is that just in terms of being able
How much does it help that you're a receiver, but you have that quarterback background, so you know from the quarterback's perspective what they want? if the receiver do to get open and set things up?
Yeah, I would say it helps in two areas specifically, in film preparation and then in communication. So those are the main areas that I see it helping. Other than that, I actually noticed a lot of receiver, you kind of have to simplify. You have to create your own world. You're in a lot of one-on-ones. You're in a lot of, bubbles when it comes to the grand scheme of the play. And so it's been awesome to be able to kind of have that preparation from a film standpoint as a quarterback, and then to have that communication. Football is all about timing, precision, and communication. So just to be able to talk the same language as some other guys is a pretty cool thing, and I think that's a trait that I've developed again from all those players that I played with, all those quarterbacks that I played with the last 2 years, and that's pretty cool.
Hey, Luke. So you've been kind of killing it. I mean, you've been doing amazing in terms of separation. Your route running's been superb. Your agility's looked crazy. Your footwork's been amazing.
Thank you.
No, absolutely, brother. So what would you think would be like the most thing you'd have to work on though? In terms of what you could possibly be better at?
Yeah, honestly, I think I need to be better at everything. I look at every rep and I see so many different ways that I can improve, that I can grow. And so I'm just going out there trying to learn on every rep, trying to put things together. And I think that's what the game is. You're always pursuing perfection, and you rarely get there ever in life. I probably never get there ever in life. But it's really fun to go through that process and to just continue learning, to continue growing and refining all those things. Refining your agility, refining your route running, and your ability to see the field.
Right. So a lot of people forget that you used to be a quarterback. How has that actually helped you in terms of noticing the schemes of the defensive backs, and the defensive backs that you'd have to go against? Is there a lot of film preparation in that, or is there a lot of know to?
There's a lot, especially when you get to game planning, and so that's been such a blessing to know that. And then it's been such a blessing from a communication standpoint, just to be able to talk with the quarterbacks in their language, right? Because football's an easy game, but you can make it complicated depending on how many buzzwords you use, how many other terms you use. And so just to be able to speak that language, to understand that, and then to have the film preparation as you go into a week has been something that's really cool.
Obviously, you have your brother and your father that have both played in the NFL, and your other brother too, who's I believe he's still in college. What kind of advice have they given you leading up to the NFL draft?
Oh, my brothers and my parents both have all given me every single piece of advice I've ever known almost. Right? And I've learned a lot of lessons from a lot of really great people. But at the end of the day, every time that they say something, I'm listening so well, because time and time again I learn something from when they talk. And so it's been so cool to have people who've gone through the same process. My brother Max had played receiver and played in the league for a little bit, and he's coaching now with the Dolphins. My brother Dylan was a stud quarterback. He's a baller. And then Christian, obviously a lot of people know him because he's, in my opinion, the best player in the NFL. And so just to have those people as resources, I mean, I consider myself the luckiest person in the world, because that was something that I never earned, right? I never earned the right to kind of have those people as role models, to have those people as, my inspiration and my support system. And so I think it's just been luck to an extent from that standpoint, but I've learned so much throughout this process and throughout my whole childhood about all sorts of things within football and without.
Hey, well, I don't think you're letting anybody down, brother. I appreciate you, man. You take care. Are you going to the Super Bowl?
We'll see. I really hope so. It's so close to the combine that I got to work out my schedule, but I'm so excited for it.
Oh, man. Nice meeting you. Thanks for the time.
Hey, Luke.
Hey,
Luke.
the hat.
Very nice to meet you, man. Hey, man, born and raised native from Colorado, man.
Yeah.
I've got my own podcast called Elevation Sports Podcast, man. I just wanted to tell you, man, watched your dad growing up, diehard fan of your dad. Been of course watching your brother Christian.
Yeah.
And so I gotta ask you, seeing both sides of it, literally both sides of the spectrum, seeing what your brothers Max went through and Dylan went through, and then seeing the highest of highs with both your dad and now like with Christian, how have those experiences helped you kind of mold you into the player and the person that you are now?
Yeah, well, I think life's a constant level of growth. Yeah. And so it's been so cool to watch every single person in my family go through a journey of self-discovery and a journey of fun through that. And so, you talk about my whole family, and it's been so cool to watch them all be so successful in different ways, right? Yeah. It's such a blast.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So nice to meet you.
Yeah,
way,
you too.
Like giant.
Thank you.
Very nice
awesome.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's giving you the best work so far out there?
Oh,
as you
shoot.
do this?
I think the coolest part about this whole event is there's no steps down, right? I mean, I love Q. I'm training with him right now for the Combine as well. And so anytime you see a group of 5 guy, especially repping Toledo has been awesome. I think he's gotten a lot of buzz, and I think that's so deserved because he's such a stud, and I can't wait to watch him run a 40. I'm working out with him, and that kid can fly, I tell you what. But I was so impressed how he uses his speed on the field, how he understands where he is in coverage, and I think he's an awesome player and an even better person off the field.
I know you get a lot of questions about your brother and your dad and your family. How is it, now it's your time to make your mark in the NFL? How excited are you for
Oh, it's
the
awesome.
opportunity?
I mean, I'm just trying to play football as long as I can, right? And so I don't know if there's any more weight on it than that. Just trying to constantly grow and constantly do that. And anytime you get a chance to play the game of football is such a blessing. And so I'm blessed to be here this week playing, right? And hopefully each day I can earn the right to keep playing because it's such a hard game, and anybody who's put a helmet on knows the amount of respect that every single player, every single coach, and every single ounce of effort that goes into this game is deserved of nothing more than ultimate respect.
Hey, I would love to see you on the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
Yeah, that'd be
All
awesome.
right, man.
That'd
Good
be
job.
To be successful. What did you see from Austin Mack last year? Kind of he was studying under you, and what do you think else was getting into?
Man, y'all gonna get a great quarterback. He's gonna be great. He's a guy that works extremely hard. He's a guy that wants to get better. He loves to compete as well. He's gonna be a dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna be a dude. And man, I'm just proud of the way that he carried himself, the way that how fast he learned the offense. The way that he matured since his time, like just between that 1 year. He's done a lot of great things, and he hasn't even touched the field yet. So I know whenever he does touch that field, it's gonna be electric. Y'all gonna love him.
When I have you on that, what about Jeremy as well? And just he can get as much credit as the other receivers, but what are they gonna do?
Yeah, man, Jeremy, man. It's hard to guard Jeremy. Just know that. It's hard to guard Jeremy, man. Jeremy, he gonna make big time plays. He's gonna make big time plays at Alabama, man. And he's a guy that works extremely hard. He's a guy that's calling me at all types of times during the day. Hey, can you come throw to me? I want to run these routes. He wants to put in extra work. Man, he wants to get better in everything that he do, and it's gonna show in game time and big time situation. He's a guy that I trust, just like the rest of the guys. Man, he's right up there.
When you interview with teams, what are the most important things that you want them to know about?
Man, that I'm willing to compete and compete at the highest level. That's one of the biggest reasons why I came here. I came here. I wanted to show the coaches that I'm willing to compete, and I love football. And just show my leadership. Just make my presence and my command. Be seen. And I definitely feel like I do that. I have been doing a pretty good job with that, and I just want to continue to keep getting better. Continue to keep learning, continue to keep growing in all phases of my game.
In your interview process, how do you show your football IQ to teams? How intelligent?
In my interview process, it's all different. Those guys, they ask for different things. Some of the guys, they want you on the board. Some of the guys, they just want to talk ball about with you. Some of them, they pull up your game film. So, I feel like it's just your confidence. That's the biggest thing. You got to be confident. Especially at this position. Everything isn't going to be perfect. I wasn't perfect by far. This whole season, this past season, and we made it to the national championship. We fell just short, but I wasn't perfect. But as long as you go in there confident and you go in there knowing your stuff, and just the way that I prepared throughout my college career, I feel like it allows me to be confident in those rooms.
Michael, what's an example of something that one of the game films or a play that someone has pulled up for you in a meeting, and how did you go about breaking it down?
Say what?
What's a play or game that a team has pulled up in a meeting for you this week, and how did you go about breaking it down for them?
It's hard for me to explain that. To be honest, you got to see it. As far as pulled up wise, it hasn't been me breaking it down on any of the things that they pulled up. They did put me on the board, and I spoke about one of my plays. They asked about a cover 6 beater. I basically just drew up a high low to one side, and on the back side I had like an over route with a curl, which is a post curl. And in my offense, we could tap the post curl and give him a post route. So in cover 6, you got cover 2 to the boundary, cover 4 to the field. And I got a high low on the corner on the cover 2 side. So I'm reading that side first, high low the corner. If I don't like it, I'm going over to my over route on the 4 side. Sometimes cover 4 that that feels safety, he'll take the overall. If I feel like he's gonna take the overall, I can tap my receiver, give him a post route, and I'm throwing it over the top. And if not, and I'm running my check down to the back. So.
Adversity has always.
A lot of stuff was provided, a lot of information provided, and you got to remember we're going ahead and getting a whole new playbook while also doing all these type of interviews, and we got to go ahead and figure out alignments and all those little things, ticky-tacky things, while also building the chemistry with the quarterbacks. So these coaches have been amazing towards us.
What have you been trying to show this week?
The separation, continue to run savvy routes, just provide all of my, I have to say, just attributes each and every day, and just show some consistency.
What was it like playing with Caleb Williams? How would you describe it?
Game changer.
What about it?
He's a game changer. I like to leave it at that, game changer.
What kind of teammate was he? Even off the field, like what kind of person? How would you
He's a
describe
dog, man. Like, he's gonna push you. He's gonna make sure you're gonna go out there each and every day and give it all your all.
How does he do that exactly? What is it that he does that gets the best out of you?
He's gonna ask of it from you. And if you don't give it to him, hey, guys have fallen this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
How does that help you as a teammate to have guys who are like, asking that much of you, vice versa, like you asking your teammates?
I liked it because Caleb went ahead and asked me straight up. He was like, look, if you want to be within this program, if you want to be the next receiver out of here, you're going to have to come here, you're going to have to come work. I already was going to apply myself to work on all this type of stuff, but it's different when another person comes to you. It's like, I'm counting on you, I need you to do these certain things so I can go ahead and gain that trust and give it to you and put that, because he's giving the ball to you, and he's gonna have to go ahead and trust you that every single down that you're gonna go ahead and take care of.
I got other receivers at the senior bowl.
Just learning different aspects of the game of being a receiver, seeing what they bring to the game, and man, like just going ahead and comparing, like okay, like like he might be here, okay, why am I here? What does he have? What can I add to my own game?
Is there anything in particular you've picked up so far when you?
Oh, for sure. Just my savviness with my routes. Feel like I got the speed. Feel like I separate. Let's go have a day tomorrow, man. Yeah, let's have a day tomorrow.
So after a strong day one, what did you see that you wanted to improve on today?
Today I wanted to freaking just separate. I wanted to show that, like, because yesterday it was just a lot of holding. I feel like it was kind of hard to go ahead and run within my routes. Today it was like, okay, I wanted to show that I'm running away from these guys. And for a second, on a go ball, one of the posts, post corner, I feel like I did all those type of things, but now I have to go out there and finish.
Yesterday you said you wanted to showcase some speed out there. How did it feel to see your name up on the board as one of the top yesterday? Yeah.
What was it?
Over 20.
It's terrible.
You were top 5.
Top 5? Okay. I'm usually in the 22, so like, yeah, it's okay.
Brad, I want to ask you about one of your former teammates going to Georgia, Michael Jackson. Kind of what is Georgia getting in that guy?
Man, he's getting a dog. Michael Jackson was in that weight room with me every single day. He was in the sprints, leading the sprints, stuff like that, competing with other guys. And honestly, I wish him the best because I know he's going to go out there and give it all he got.
Did he ever talk to you about when you made the decision about going to Georgia, why he picked UGA?
No, Michael Jackson's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
He's a worker. He's a quiet guy. He likes to go ahead and stay to himself. I used to try to call him up, be like, hey, bro, let's go get some dinner. Let's go out. Or just go do a couple things. And he would always come, and I always had love for him because he handled business when it was time to handle business.
And when you talk about his strengths as a receiver, what would they be?
He's savvy. He's like an Odell Beckham. He can do a lot of things that other guys can't. The thing is, what I wanted from him was to go ahead and he likes to play big, but bro, you're not the biggest receiver, so I need you to know that you should use that to your benefit. You can go ahead and put your feet in the ground faster than a person like me can. So just know that, just don't play to your abilities and just be yourself. Thank you.
How was it playing for Lincoln Riley?
Man, he's the GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time of air raid football.
Nice. Who was the best matchups you had so far in practices? Don't keep track of them.
No comment.
No comment.
I want to go against Kyrie Jackson, just haven't yet. That would be the best matchup I go against.
All right.
I've been watching him, studying him. I think he's the best corner out here.
Who do you model your game after?
Excuse me?
Who do you model your game after?
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans a little bit. I'm savvy, man. I feel like I got a little juice to me.
Who's the best athlete in the Rice family?
No, my dad will tell you me too.
Yeah?
He'll for sure tell me me, but he'll say he never got caught from behind. But you'll see on my 40. My 40 coming soon, and it'll definitely spark some crazy questions like how the hell did he? Yeah.
All right.
How much impact does Jerry? How much did Jerry have in leading you through this transition to the NFL? No comment.
Self-scout yourself for us.
Excuse me?
Self-scout yourself.
Okay. We got a big, about 210-pound receiver. I'm not going to be too tough for right. I'm just a little fat right now, guys. Let's go ahead and say that. And I'm in 40 shape, and they want me around a certain weight. I will drop down to about 205 this season. But, yeah, we got a big receiver. Goes ahead, likes to out-physical players, likes to beat players over the top. Can be very
and create relationships with my other teammates. So, yeah, that's been pretty much so far.
You've done a great job at covering these wide receivers, man. Which one has been the toughest to go against?
I mean, probably Roman Wilson. We battled out today. One of the NFL coaches, he challenged us, you know what I'm saying, to battle today. So we battled, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of back and forth. So yeah, probably Roman Wilson.
There's a lot of tape out there on you, doing a lot of great work. What's left to accomplish?
Just to get better, you know what I'm saying. Each and every day, I can improve my game in so many ways. So I just want to get better each and every day.
My last question for you: what have you learned from the coaching staff at this point?
That you want to do your job, you want to do your job right, you know what I'm saying. Trust them, trust the technique, you know what I'm saying. They know what they're talking about, so just believing and trusting them. So yeah.
And being another guy to come out of Toledo, what that means for the state, for the state
of Ohio.
Yes, for the state of Ohio. You coming out, man.
I feel like it'll mean a lot, you know what I'm saying. A lot of motivation for other people and stuff like that. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
What was the quarterback you looked up to growing up?
Growing up, I was really an offensive guy growing up, so I'm watching like Tavon Austin and Danny Tomlinson, so I ain't not too much defense, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up, so couldn't really say.
So who do you model your game after now?
I like Darius Slay, you know what I'm saying. I feel like he's a great player and stuff like that.
The Eagles, yeah. You know the Eagles do need a cornerback. Have you talked to them so far?
We had some conversation, we had some meetings and stuff like that, so yeah, I talked to them.
Nice. Been doing good. Talk to me about who would you say are your top two receivers you want to get so far in practice?
Probably the one that stuck out the most is Roman Wilson, you know what I'm saying. We had a lot of battles and stuff like that. And then I don't know who I would say second. I feel like I done got great work from, you know what I'm saying, the other receivers too, so yeah.
Sports. So how is it out here, playing with all these top-ranked college players?
It feels good. It's basically like an all-star game.
Yeah.
Just being around all these guys that's top dogs at this school, coming together as one team, it just feels good to see where we're going.
What was your favorite team growing up?
I didn't have one.
No? No college, no football?
No.
What about, who was your favorite player growing up?
Favorite player growing up probably Cam Newton.
Cam Newton? All right. That's it.
What do you see from some of the other talent out here? Obviously, a lot of tremendous wide receivers, but you're trying to make a name for yourself. What's this been like?
I mean, everyone's talented. You look at one guy's tape and the next guy's tape, and there's no drop off anywhere. So it's so cool to be out here with guys who succeeded throughout the year because they earned a right here, and then to see why they succeeded, right? To see why they're so talented and they deserve an opportunity. So it's so cool to learn from them.
One more for you. Obviously, your brother getting to play on a big stage here. What's it been like, kind of keeping an eye on him, and you got a feel for the game?
Oh, it's incredible. I think there's nobody in the world who likes watching him play more than I do. I think he's the best football player of all time in my mind. And I might be a little biased, but when you watch him, it's just so fun to watch how his passion shows, and that shows through the detail and the toughness that he plays the game.
Look, best of luck, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
He's an excellent coach and he cares a lot about it. I think he's going to do a great job.
What's your advice to Chargers receivers now that Jim's in LA?
Nothing much. I think they're a great team. Coach Arnold's going to operate the offense to the best ability, and I don't know what they're going to do, but
hey,
they got some dogs in there.
Yeah, Jim Nagy gave a comp of Tyler Lockett for you, so that's a very good comp.
So just kind of speak to like what you bring to the game, to your receiving core, and to the overall room with your leadership.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Tyler Lockett film. It's just something he has that I want in my game. Not route running, not being fast, not being physical, just getting open and getting the ball. That's what I want to be. That's what he has, and it's a great compliment to be able to idolize someone like that and how you're being compared to that.
Favorite meal?
Meal,
yeah.
I like breakfast, like chicken and waffles.
Got you, yes, sir.
Hey, Roman, I gotta ask you.
you.